Just a quick video. I said I would do this absolutely yonks ago now. Sometime mid last year, maybe longer, because I mentioned my other Dell Latitude, which is a CPI D233ST. This is my CPx J650GT. This is actually what I got first, and it's sadly, since I actually restored it, it's gotten scratched and bashed around, which has pissed me off to no end, as can be seen. Scratched on there. That mouse button is completely loose. It's completely falls out. Scratched there. All scratched, which is a pain in the ass. Nothing too different about this machine. It's pretty much exactly like many of the others out there. In fact, if you've seen a CPx 400, you've probably seen this. I think, bar a few minor things such as initial hard drive size, initial RAM, this is pretty much exactly the same, except this has a 650 MHz Pentium 3 in it, whereas that is a 400 MHz. I don't really have much on here as such, at least not on the Windows XP partition I have. It runs pretty well. You can still browse YouTube and things, watch them in 360p most of the time. What am I running? I think it's 512 mega RAM, and I think, just trying to remember, 28, yeah, it's like a 40 gig hard drive I've got in here. It's also no longer its original keyboard, and sometimes it sticks. Which is a pain in the ass. I've never figured out why. It's the cable. It's either because it's it's not a third party, it's a replacement one. Which is why it's got all the stickers on it, if you may have noticed. I'll take that out for now. I'm not sure if it was a foreign keyboard and they've just stuck the stickers on it, or it had all worn off. I mean, it's slow. Yeah. Speakers, they're not bad for what it was, the machine at the time. I've seen worse. Obligatory internet meme load. If you're wondering what it's sat in its dock.
What does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! Over 9,000! Vegeta, over 9,000!
You tend to just have to let the other junk load first, and then it'll play them just fine. Can't remember what full screen's like with it now. It's been a while.
9,000!
Full screen's not that bad either. Other than that, it's a standard, exactly the same, run-of-the-mill, same as the CPx 400. Same graphics card, 8 mega RAM, ATI Mobility M1. I think it's even running exactly the same. It may even be the same board, because the processor's actually on a removable card here, and they may have just upped the processor. I did used to use this one for a bit of repairs work and everything I used to do. Not too much general stuff with it. although it's not the fastest machine. The dock is a little bit dirty. It's only been out of a box for a day or so. You've got undock button here. So you press that and it'll do what it's just done there. You got the power button, power indicator, dock indicator, activity indicator. You've then got the lock and latch mechanism, the interface, but it offers infrared, headphone out, 2 more USB as opposed to the single USB on there, although you can't use the back panel when plugged in. Separate PS2 keyboard and mouse, serial port, wired Ethernet, which it doesn't by default, parallel port, VGA, power adapter. Although I would much prefer just the box design and forgo all this junk. But if you've mainly sat in a stationary place, it's not going to matter. The machine itself is designed though for Windows 98, 2000 NT 98. Didn't notice that on the sticker. And as such, I actually was using it for a little while when I'd moved for playing on some of my vintage games, although I don't think there's anything installed on it now. Bar Star Trek Borg, I think. That's about the only game on there that I can remember. No inbuilt Ethernet, no inbuilt wireless NIC, no Bluetooth. The machine was about 2000, 2001. From memory, it was just before the 1 GHz market came on the scene. Like, it would be about 2001, I think, this machine came out, the CPx 650. I don't believe there was any. Don't believe there was any model after this anyway with less than a 1 GHz processor on the Pentium 3 range. See, all I've got is Borg, but you need the disc in to play that. It's actually still a very capable machine for Windows 98. The only downer is the graphics card was not compatible with a fair few games, like DS9 Dominion Wars. And I'm running DirectX 8.1. 8 meg, ATI, Mobility M1, AGP2 speed. Which is actually pretty standard if I remember right, or at least that was becoming the standard. The only people who wouldn't have had an 8 meg graphics card by this point in time were those still running Voodoo 1s and whatever bog standard came with the cheap machines. Because by this point 16 meg was becoming your minimum for most games. And if you had a 32 megabyte card, ooh, you were god. But it's still a good machine. I don't use it as much. But I do use it infrequently for some gaming, like I say, on Windows 98. Quick show on the peripherals. I have several. I believe this power adapter came with the D233 ST. then someone's re-plugged it, because that's clearly not the original plug. This was a replacement I bought on eBay. There's a problem with a lot of these as of recent. All the actual connectors, I've had to re-tape most of the power supplies on some stuff I've bought from eBay recently because they've gone to cheaper materials, they must have done. This battery came off a later model Latitude, one my cousin had. It only holds about half-hour charge, 20 minutes, half-hour. The one in here's came with the D233. This one holds about an hour and a half, I think, maybe 2. In the other machine it holds a lot longer, obviously, because it's not as power draining. This was the replacement one I bought myself. It's nigh on brand new still, gives me 2.5, 3 hours. If you mix them two together, I think I've had 6 hours out of both the batteries. The 8-speed CD-ROM module. These are all in various states of clean and rough use, which is annoying, but the CD rewriter DVD module. Now this was what I bought specifically. I have 2 floppy drives, one came from my cousin's, the other I had myself. One has a ding in it somewhere, that one I think. Yeah, that one's just scuffed up. Sure I have... oh yes, it's probably in that one. Thought I had one more somewhere. 24-speed CD-ROM module. Now I think this is what mine originally came with. And that one that I got there, the CD rewriter came... no, I tell a lie, I think my CPx came with the CD writer. But I bought this obviously to be able to use DVDs and stuff, and actually for quite a while I used to watch DVDs on this in bed. It was a very good machine for doing that, because you could just run it off the batteries, plug some headphones in. Sorry, my cats were fighting. Yeah, and you could just watch DVDs, it was quite good for that. Huh. I guess the power button's... yeah, it is, huh. The power button on 98 set to just turn it off, which is... I'll have to change that. Ultimately, there's no direct difference, though I may do a disassembly video of this just so I can open it up again for the hell of it, because I like opening up this. This is quite nice and simple. Therapeutic. But, with that done, I'll now pack away my boxes. Bits and bobs everywhere getting in the way. There is another laptop here which I may do a quick video on. However, it's a dead model. It pisses me off. I didn't read up enough on it. And it is apparently a junk model in general because of the flaw that was inherently built in it. So I may do a quick showing of it. Maybe do that later tonight. I don't know. Thanks for watching.